Real talk, your butt goes through it. Chafing, itching, mystery rashes, a wild night, or just too many damn squats. That's where anything but comes in. It's like chapstick for your butthole, loaded with all organic aloe, vitamin E, arnica, and virgin hemp seed oil. All the things that say, shh, it's okay, baby, I got you. So give your butt the same energy that you give your face. Heal, soothe, and whether it's hemorrhoids or any other kind of butthole drama, keep that peach happy. Go to anythingbrands.com and use code DEAREVERYONE for a little something off because your butt deserves a little love too. Alrighty, welcome back, nerds and MILFs. It's your fearless leader, me, Victoria. I know I look a little different today. I just wanna like rip the band-aid off. Thanks to our beauty sponsors over at Timeless Touch Medical Aesthetics. They are getting me right for our live event, which is going to be November 11th. And if you're listening to this right now, we have limited tickets available. But with all that being said, this was session 1 of 3 of PRP with microneedling. So head on over to our Instagram where I'll be doing a full post on exactly what that means and how it's going to make me hot as fuck just in time for the live event. But enough about me, enough about the event. I'm so excited because today on Dear Everyone, we get to share and hear the depths of the heart of a woman who I have been waiting very patiently. So excited about this episode. Let's get right into it. Oksana, welcome to Dear Everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so tell us all about who you are
Oh my.
today, right now.
I'm 35. I am a mom, a wife, and a business owner, and I came to USA almost 14 years ago without any knowledge of much English and $500 in my pocket.
Wow. Okay, and you're obviously you have this beautiful accent. Where are you from?
I am from the small Republic of Moldova, which is a little country in the center of Europe, sandwiched between Ukraine and Romania. The entire population is 4 million people.
Wow. Okay, it sounds cold.
No, not really.
No?
We have seasons. We have
Oh.
4 seasons. Yeah.
Must be nice. We have no seasons here.
Yeah.
So
It's summer.
yeah, right? It's just perpetually summer and then like randomly cold and rainy and then summer again.
hmm
What a difference, huh?
Yeah.
So tell us like what is it about like your home life that brought you here to America?
Well, mm, I just wanted to come for a better life, like every other immigrant. For better opportunities, and better life.
How old were you when you came here?
I was 1 week shy from 21.
Wow, you're a
Yes.
baby.
Yes, just finished, like barely finished college actually. Was in the middle of college and just came and packed my stuff and yeah, came here.
What were your feelings like when you first got here?
It was so surreal because the culture, the people, the language, everything is different. The way people do stuff is different. It was my first time on an airplane.
Oh goodness.
Yes, it was crazy to me just being in an airplane itself. So yeah, I was a little culture shocked.
Yeah, and you came straight to Louisiana or you went somewhere else?
I went to Destin, Florida. For a
That's
little.
even more random.
Yes. I came on a J1 visa,
Okay.
which is student work exchange visa.
Hmm.
So I had a contract with some of gas stations in Florida. That's what I supposed to work, and yeah, and party and have the student experience on the beach.
Right.
So yeah, I stayed there for 3 months, and then I moved to New Orleans.
And what brought you here? What brought you to New Orleans?
To New Orleans, I had a contract with the Penthouse Club in New Orleans to work there. So yeah, for work.
So right now you said you're a business owner, a wife and a mom. What's your business?
I own a beauty studio in Baton Rouge. I do hair and hair extensions.
And what does like a whole beauty studio mean? Do you have multiple people that work under you?
No, I work for myself. I rent a studio and I work for myself.
I love that. This is my first time meeting Oksana today, but what's really cool is the world is so small that we already could tell that we knew 2 people, and that's just in conversation. We probably know many more.
Probably.
I love that. Okay, so you said you went to first you went to Destin and then you got to New Orleans on a contract with Penthouse. I actually was at Penthouse like 2 weekends ago. Can you tell us a little bit about that part of your journey?
Uh, I worked in the club for 10 years. So I don't know what do you want to know, but yeah, uh, that was my way of paying the bills, paying for my documents, just surviving. So yeah.
And to get you to the club, was that a culture shock from back home or?
Oh, absolutely. Back home, a strip clubs, it's equals brothels. There
Mm,
is no in between. If you work in a strip club, you work in a brothel.
mm.
And here is completely different. It's just a job like every other job, and it's actually illegal.
Right.
Yeah, so it was. I always thought, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? Is it gonna be like it's back home? I don't want
Mm.
to. But it turned out to be a different way of doing things.
Yeah, so you were able to stay there, you said, for 10 years and kind of
Yes.
like stack money and
Yes, I did that. I paid, for my beauty school cash. I bought a house cash,
yeah.
a car. I
Wow.
have zero debt.
That is the American dream right there.
Yeah, no regrets,
Wow.
no regrets working. It gave me a lot of opportunities in life. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. I traveled a lot. Like I said, I paid for my education. I have zero debt at 35, which is amazing.
Incredible. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I have like $1 million in debt. Not like literally, quite literally $1 million in debt. When you look back at your time from coming from your home country to come into this country, like what do you think that the hardest part in navigating that was?
There was never security in the next day. So it was never. I didn't know was it gonna be for me. Like I was always in a survival mood.
Hmm.
Like I need to get your visa eventually expires, so you have to get on a new visa or get a green card. Get a job, learn the language. Learn the culture. Learn everything. I haven't. Know about taxes. I haven't know about credit scores. None of that
Wow.
in my country is as big as here
Hmm.
in America. So basically, start from zero and learn everything around your surroundings, and the people around you and the country in general. So it was learning, 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 a lot of learning.
Yeah. Do you feel like having the opportunity to go on contract with Penthouse kind of help streamline it in a sense to make it a little not easier because obviously not easier, but in the sense of like there you don't have any security, but at least you have that knowing like they are working with you on your visa.
Having a financial security was a big one, and it broadened my network. I met a lot of people working in the clubs, so from different walks of life, businessmen, um, like doctors, engineers, like a lot of people that otherwise I wouldn't probably have an opportunity to meet. So that helped,
Yeah.
and plus you have financial security, you can walk a little bit more free in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Now, we talked about how, being able to be there kind of helped you financially, which is obviously a pro,
Hmm.
but I'm sure it came with like a lot of cons. Can you tell us about any maybe emotional strife or anything that came from working in that industry?
Yes, the stigma, you work in a strip club, people automatically assume that, you have no dignity, you have no self-respect, or, you're a bad person. That's one. And then the environment itself, you can very easily go on the wrong path.
Mm,
You're surrounded by drugs, pimps, alcohol, prostitution,
right,
illegally, It's very easy to make a wrong choice.
right.
So yeah, you have to be very mentally strong and stable
Yeah.
to to
And
don't
what
make.
gave you your strength to stay on the right path
I
and
never
stay
treated this
focused?
job as a lifestyle. It was never my lifestyle. It was just a job to me. It was the way of making money. I'll clock in, clock out, go home. And in my real life, outside the job, I it wasn't my lifestyle. I was never into drugs. I was never into like partying like a crazy person.
Mhm.
So to me, it was just you make your money, you go home.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say to those people? In the first part of your answer, you said, people have this stigma and these like judgments and assumptions about that industry and people in that industry. What do you have to say to those people? Because at Dear Everyone, literally, that's the whole premise of our show, is to kind of like write a love letter to humanity and say, like, you got it wrong. Like, you've got it wrong about me. You've got it wrong about us. You've got it wrong about people who are immigrants or come from, darker past. What do you have to say to those people?
Uh, you can't judge people. You don't know their background. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know their journey. You don't know what kind of difficulties they had to endure to get there. You don't know why they do what they do to survive. You don't know any of that unless you get to know them, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, just don't judge anybody unless you get to know them on a very deep level. So that's my thing. Just don't judge anybody.
Have you ever crossed paths with any women while you were in that industry who were maybe trapped in trafficking situations?
Unfortunately, yes. One of the bad sides of the industry, in the club, you meet a lot of pimps. So when I first started in the industry, I haven't even heard the word pimp. So I got to meet a lot of them, which is very quickly on. I got to catch what they're doing. So some of the girls, unfortunately, were involved with those type of people, and they always sell you this thing that I'll take care of you, girl. I'll teach you how to make money. I'll be your boyfriend protector, and it's never that.
Hmm.
Um, it's using women. It's using their maybe being a little naive or young, or them not having any other choice. So yeah, unfortunately I did meet a lot of girls who would be sexually trafficked. So it's hard for me to talk about it because as a mother myself right now, as a mother of a young girl,
Mm.
that would be very devastating to me if that would happen, God forbid, to my daughter. So seeing those young women in those type of situation, it's heartbreaking.
And like you said, as a mom now, and particularly to a daughter, and you've already witnessed this kind of for a decade of your life, like, what do you think is kind of like the trigger point, or what do you think is the difference between the girls who kind of get sucked into that part, those like broken promises? Do you see anything that's like a repeating pattern between them, or now that you can look back?
Yeah, people, men who target those young women, they usually would target them very young.
Hmm.
They're like fresh out of high school, they're 18, 19, which is crazy to me. We should actually make it illegal for 18-year-olds to be in a strip club.
Clock that.
You can drink at 21, but you can be a sex worker, which is insane to me. But anyway, so yeah, they would target them young. That's the pattern that I noticed. They would target them, women from bad households.
Hmm.
They try to escape abusive households, or very young mothers who, try to provide for their children, and they have no other option but to, I don't know, it, to to or feel like they don't have another option. They do have another options, but feel like they trapped and
Wow.
they need to do what they have to do to feed their kids. But usually it's women who are very young, women who are from bad households, or unfortunately who are addicted to drugs.
Mm.
And yeah.
Like hearing that pattern, it makes me even more grateful for the fact that, like, I had a previous marriage, and we got married at 18. I had already had my son. I got pregnant at 16, had my son at 17, married at 18. And in a lot of ways, while our divorce was horrible, I have so much like love for that time in my life, because I would have been a vulnerable girl. Like, I would have been one of those people who could have very easily
Be a statistic,
gotten into that statistic,
Yeah.
because I craved a family, like, for my son so bad. So if someone could have sold me a story, like, I was definitely young and naive and dumb, a little dummy girl, as we say on here, but where I could have easily fallen trapped to, like, oh no, like, let's get you set up for your child,
Yeah.
like, let's make this
Let's teach
money
you
and
how to
set
make
you up.
money.
I
I'll be your
definitely
protector. Yeah, all that. Yeah.
I
And
would have been like, yeah. And trafficked. When did you know or realize that it was kind of like the right time to walk away?
When I became a mom and I was secure enough to know, okay, if I don't do this, can I survive on my own? Can I, be financially stable? And the answer was yes. And I have an amazing husband, who he was like my backbone, and he still is. He gave me that security in life. Like, no, you can do better, you can do more, and you secure. Even if you don't have a job, I'll take care of you. Even if you decide that's it, I'm done, I'm just gonna read books and be in the house. He's like, I'll take care of you. So when I met my husband and then I got eventually my daughter, that's when I don't want her to be judged just because her mom
Hmm.
had to do what she had to do to survive and worked in an environment like that. I don't want her to be judged by other people. So that was like
That's
very important to me.
yeah. What you met your now husband when you were still working?
Yes, yes, yes.
And so tell me about that. Tell me about the aspect of like a lot of my friends who danced or still do, they're very jaded by men because they see them come in and they see a lot of like poor behavior
Right.
from men. Did you ever find that that kind of jaded you from trying to find a relationship or trusting men?
Absolutely. You see men coming to a club who are married, talking about their wives, how much they love you, and then in the same breath, ask you, can I go in a private room with you and do stuff to you? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And you're like, you just hold on a second. You just told me how much you love your wife
Right.
2 seconds ago. So and then, yeah, absolutely. And then you see a relationship between girls who work there and their boyfriends, how they get abused or like they crazy, they jealous, so which is in real life that happens too, but
Right,
it's
100%.
amplified in the club. It's like the magnifying glass onto,
Mm.
you see that. So yeah, I was disappointed in men.
As we all
uh,
are. Let's be so for real. Shopping should feel fun, not like a chore. And that's what makes Tresco Boutique so, so special. They're all about cute, affordable looks that fit your real life. From easy staples to statement pieces that instantly make your outfit. They carry styles for every shape and mood, plus shoes and accessories to top it off. And the best part, it's more than just shopping. It's kind of like hanging out with your friends who hype you up and help you find exactly what works for you. So, whether you're browsing online or popping into their amazing location in Slidell, Louisiana, Tresco Boutique is where you'll find your next favorite look. Check them out at tres-co.com. That's TRES-CO.com.
to say the least. But I am a hopeless romantic.
Mm, yeah.
So that never took away from me believing in love and wanting that fairy tale. So I had to kiss a lot of frogs before I got my Prince Charming, but I got it.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I love that. We did a whole episode on dating because I talked about dating after my divorce. And I basically said, instead of saying kissing a bunch of frogs, I said it's kind of like a sales job. Like you have to hear no and go through all the no's before you get like the yes, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the hardest part about opening your business as an immigrant woman? So no more club talk for a second.
I wouldn't say it was hard for me because I was in the beauty industry for so long. I went to school and then I dipped my toes. I was an assistant and then I worked in a commission salon. So it was a long time coming. However, the most difficult part for me was I would always worry like, will American people like me being their hairstylist
Mm.
as a person from another country? Would they trust me? Will they connect with me because I have an accent? I have a different way, a little bit of different
So
way of thinking.
chic.
Some people would think it's chic, and some people would think, no.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You
fuck
don't
them
sound like
people.
me. You don't look like me, or whatever. You're not a part of my country. You know what I mean? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah. You're telling everybody doesn't look like this right now? Do you feel like immigration or working in the other industry has kind of affected people's perceptions of you? Which one?
maybe not as much as like me being an immigrant, but just me being me. I'm very blunt,
Oh,
and it's part of my culture. People,
okay.
we don't have political correctness.
Mm.
We just say the way, things
We
are.
love that here
Here,
in
but
this
in this
house.
country, political correctness is everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe sometimes I would throw people off with, how blunt I am and
Yeah.
how I think about the world, but not because I'm an immigrant. Surprisingly, I didn't endure or met with a lot of racism.
Okay.
And I know, I'm not saying, but this country has a lot of issue with that.
Mhm.
So, and I know because I'm a conventionally attracted white woman,
Mhm.
probably that's
Right.
one reason that I haven't met with a lot of racism. So it wasn't not part of my experience, but I know people, immigrants, my friends who did have, unfortunately, that experience.
Mhm.
But I can't speak for them, so I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, of course. What about kind of that American rhetoric of like immigrants take everybody's jobs and things like that? What do you have to say about that? Let's hear your bluntness come out right about now.
Oh my God. So this is my thing. I think a lot of people are triggered because they don't comprehend that how can another person who comes from another country, doesn't barely knows the language and doesn't have a lot of money or has a difficult situation can make a life for themselves by working hard and being a decent human being and by not having a lot of privileges, and they can make a life for themselves, build a business, build a family, buy a house. And I, a person who is born in privilege, because being in America, it's a big privilege,
Mm, clock it.
and I didn't. I think that's the biggest trigger.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true because
I'm
you could
sorry.
grow up in poverty here, in the lowest of low incomes here, and still have that many more advantages than someone coming from a different country with nothing here and starting over with zero.
And this is another thing, guys.
Let's hear it.
American poor, it's not European poor or Moldovan poor. The
What is Moldovan poor?
Moldovan poor, you don't have a car. You use public transportation. Moldovan poor, you eat rice and potatoes every day of your life. Y- the average salary in my country is $500 a month.
Wow.
So even when you consider yourself poor in America, it's still not poor how other
And that's like
countries.
for a family?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So the things are they getting better right now with the internet and how the world is developing right now. It's interconnected right now, but 15 years ago, 20 years ago, that's where the country that I came from. When Americans say that they poor, I always ask them, did you have a house, a car, and food in your pantry? And if the answer is yes, you did not grow up poor. Like
Clocky.
it.
Well, with all that being said, I feel like we've already kind of answered this from the beginning. Do you feel like the American dream is a real thing?
Yes, it is. I think so. It happened for me. Why couldn't it happen for you?
Mm.
Yes, yes. If you work hard, if you make right choices, whatever it's the right choice for you, and if you don't fuck people over, uh, you'll be fine.
What what's like some of the biggest differences between Moldova? That's how you say it, right?
Yes.
Moldova versus America, outside of say the obvious, wage gap discrepancies.
One of the biggest cultural things for me was we're very in my country very family oriented. Like couple generations can like live in the same house.
Mm.
We don't kick our kids out of the house as soon as they turn 18. We can live with our parents till like well in the 30s and 40s and with our grandparents. So that's one of the biggest thing that I was like, oh, okay, so individuality and independence is big in here, which is great
Mhm.
in some aspect, but then another aspect, I miss that village that you have behind you to raise children, to put your finances together. So that's big in my country.
That's so interesting. I'm at a kind of crossroads right now. My son's about to turn 17, but he's a senior this year. So, I mean, he'll graduate before he even turns 18, and my husband and I were often talking now about like what life's going to look like in the next few years, and kind of, my husband's in the military. He's pretty strict on like, I had to get out and go and forge my own
Proactive.
path. And I was like, I 100% get it, because I also like want to walk around naked at my own house. You know what I mean? Can't wait. But like whenever Trace is at his dad's house, like we literally are just like no clothes. And we all windows, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's fine. But we're kind of at this crossroads, because I often think about that. I'm like, generationally, that's not how humans have like survived this
Operated,
long.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely different. Like, there's got to be some kind of common middle ground where it's like, yeah, you can still learn those lessons in life to like forge your own independence, have your own personal responsibilities, while also still being able to be, say, on our property, or you know what I mean, close
Having the
still.
village behind you,
Yeah.
literally the village. That's how it used to be. The village, you had
Right.
a community around you to help you, to guide you.
Yeah, and now everybody's like, everybody get away from me physically, but gets on our phones, and we're like, we have to stay connected on the phone.
Isn't that sad?
It's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, yes.
It's one of those things where the technology shift that's happened is like
Makes us lonely instead of more
100%.
connected. Yeah.
100%. That's why everything I do, literally every single thing that I do, falls under, and I do a lot. Yeah, I know you don't know me that
believe you.
well. I do a lot. All of my businesses, all of my ventures, they all fall under an umbrella of connection. Everything. My pheromone products are made for connection. This podcast is made for connection. Like, every single thing we do is to say, how can we connect
More.
with other
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
you know, and get a message across that's for other people. So that's so interesting. What else? What else do you think is different?
Oh my God.
What's the food differences? Like,
Oh,
do you like miss
oh,
home?
that's another big. Thank you for reminding me. That's another big food difference. So in my country, 90% of the meals are cooked. So you go to even a fast food restaurant for special occasions. Like you go eat out once a month for a special, and you dress up. Here, eating out is such a big thing, and I
And we
understand.
stopped at Chick-fil-A and
Yeah,
at
and
Beef Roasting, and
I'm Americanized right now too,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
because the busier you get, the less you think about cooking meals. But yeah, and the food is more organic, healthier. So we don't have the problem that America has of obesity, you know, which is a huge problem, and diabetes and obesity in this
Right.
country because of the food. And you can take the same products like Kit Kat, for example, or some candy, and European version for some reason is healthier than American version. I don't know why is that, because I'm not versed in
I could tell you. Greed, corporate greed.
corporate grid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So food is crazy big, and then cooking food. Like we cook 90% of our meals. Um, Eating home, it's so normal.
Yeah.
Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, you eat out only on special occasions. So yeah.
So I know you're in the beauty industry,
Yes, ma'am.
and what's your favorite like service to do?
Hair extensions.
Hair extensions.
Yes, I love my hair extension girlies.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's your method? I know there's so many.
So many. I do sewings and I do keratin extensions.
Love that.
In my country, keratins are like an art form. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you're like an expert then.
yes, yes, yes.
I love that. Oh, we have a question from the crowd, Mal. So if you're listening from home, Mal's had a twofer. First question was, what's something that you miss the most from home? And then the second question is, do you think life is faster paced here or slower paced here?
Life is definitely faster here. Everybody is on the go constantly. The culture of being productive. If you're not productive, you're not successful. It's huge in here. In my country, we take breaks for lunch. We have 2 hour breaks for
Take a nap.
lunch.
Yeah.
We're taking a nap. Have a glass of wine. So it's definitely faster. And what was the second one? I miss my friends. You know,
Oh,
I have childhood friends. We like well friends in our 30s and 40s. Just my friends, you know. I have friends in here
have
too.
they
Don't get me
visited?
wrong. We visit each other. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or we will meet somewhere in Europe, you know,
We'll
for a
meet
vacation.
in the
Yeah,
middle.
somewhere in Greece or Spain or whatever.
Oh, casual meetup in Spain. I love that. Speaking of Europe,
Yay.
and speaking of the beauty industry, I heard that you are going to have a little something special done in Europe soon. Can you tell us
Yes.
more about it?
I'm about I'm about to fly out to my country and get a facelift.
Woo
Anyway, I'm
woo!
a big fanatic of beauty industry and I've got plenty of stuff done to myself and I'm not ashamed of that.
Ooh, can we talk about it? What
Yes.
have you gotten done? Tell us
So
about
I
the
got my
bod.
nose done, and it cost
Nose.
me $2,000 in Europe,
Oh,
by the way.
snap. It would have been like 20 grand here.
Yes, a minimum.
Mm.
Temporal facelift.
Really? Oh my
Yes,
gosh, that's
and
so fun.
obviously lips and a little bit of
Mhm.
injections and my veneers.
So you get everything done when you're back at home?
Yes, I do because one of my best friends happened to be the best plastic surgeon in
Stop
my country. Yes,
it! Shout
and
them out right
yeah,
now.
her name is Aliesa Sobchenko, and she is amazing plastic surgeon. So she's always been a doctor. She was a neurosurgeon, and then she transferred into plastic surgeries. But I know her since I was 6 years old. So I'm like, well, we're
Wow.
getting done this time.
Yes. You're like, tell me what's the
She's
best
like,
thing
I
to do.
learned a new technique. Let me try it on you. I'm like, let me be your
Yes.
canvas. So that's why I'm getting a lot of stuff done because I
I
trust her.
So is she on social media? Like we'll be able to like
Yes,
tag her?
yes, yes.
Love that. Shout out.
Shout out.
That's so fun. I think we should get started with my favorite time of every episode, which is our rapid fire round.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so basically you're gonna act like the house is on fire and you have to answer in like 1 second,
Oh my
okay?
God. Okay.
All right, question number one. US food or home country food?
Home country.
Ooh. Number two, first thing you splurged on once you had your own money.
Beauty procedures.
First one, the boobs or the nose?
The boobs. The
The
boobs.
boobs.
The
Titties
boobs.
came first. All right, number three, one thing Americans complain about that makes you laugh.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second.
She's like, let me count the ways.
uh, being poor, and I'm like, I'm not that poor. Trust me.
Okay, number four, vodka or tequila.
Tequila.
Five, heels or sneakers.
Snickers. Oh my God. Who wants to do all that?
Six, who do you look up to now in business and in life?
In business, I have a couple of hairstylists here in Baton Rouge. They're very talented. And also in business, I like Call Her Daddy. It's so cliche, but I love
Yeah.
her podcast. So, and I love the way she branched in another, you know, business adventures. Oh my God.
Well,
It's
could
my
be.
third language, guys. Don't judge too
Oh,
hard.
what's your first two?
Russian and Romanian.
Okay, awesome.
So English is my third. Don't judge too hard. So yeah, those are the people that I'm looking up to.
Okay. And number seven, last one. If you could ban one thing from America forever, what would it be?
Ban it.
No more
Racism.
racism.
Yes.
I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for being here. As we like
Thank
to
you.
end all of our big guest episodes, we would love for you to look straight into your camera, start off with Dear Everyone, and give a message to the world.
Oh wow. Okay.
No biggie.
No biggie. Yeah. Dear everyone, have more love and compassion in your hearts.
Period. Love it. Thank you so much. If you loved this, you're really going to love the stuff that we didn't air. Uncut convos, spicy extras, my thoughts after the mic drops, all waiting for you over on our Patreon at patreon.com/V So Spicy. It's where the secrets live. See you inside.